Yo, what's up FOMO fam? Hope you're having a nice day today. In this video I would like to share my tactic when it comes to crypto, how I am planning to make the most money without investing, the most money as well. So we try to make a lot out of less. That's what we're basically going to focus on today. So with that being said, welcome to the Fomo Factory. If you have not subscribed to the channel, smack that like button, smack that subscribe button, turn on the bell notifications, and let's get right into it. The first thing you need to know when it comes to crypto about making money is where you think the market might go, of course, right? Otherwise you have no perspective. Now I can tell you what I think, but please do your research on the market here, of course. Now what I do think is that Bitcoin will go to around $300,000, give or take, by the end of 2025. I have a lot of reasons for that. I explain these reasons on this channel. I think they're very logical. So yeah, let me assume that that might happen, right? Then it's the question like, okay, do I want to be safe? Am I going to just invest in Bitcoin? It's a steady 15x from here, give or take. But are you in for a 15x or are you in for a little bit more? It depends on your risk reward and your risk reward tolerance, of course, right? Now you can also choose to invest in altcoins, of course, but still, if I want to invest in altcoins, I'm always looking at the Bitcoin chart, because if Bitcoin is not looking good, if the macro is not looking good, if the DXY is bullish, if the S&P is bearish, all that, yeah, then I'm not investing in altcoins, of course. So first, I always check out Bitcoin. Now, where do I think Bitcoin might be going? I think, but that's my assumption, that this right here between 18,000 and 24,000, give or take, is our accumulation area, right? So if you put it off lock on TradingView, you can see right here we are now going sideways for a while already, right? So the bear market has at least changed its structure, right? We're not just going down anymore, we're now really going sideways. And of course we do get our pumps and our dumps, but basically sideways. Here it was a complete different story. We had a pretty quick run up till the bull market support band basically, and we got rejected. Now we are basically already going sideways for, well, more than half a year already, right? And the range is big, of course. If I look at previous bear markets, that also kind of what happened, to be honest. So, you could say the same though for the last bear market. From this point in February, we already went sideways till the till November, and then we had a major crash. So it doesn't say everything, of course, right? But you have to stick to something. But I think we are now going sideways, buying at 21, buying at 20, buying at 18, buying at 24. It's all good when you think that Bitcoin will end up at around 300k anyway. But should you invest in altcoins right now? Well, it usually is the case that altcoins bottom after Bitcoin bottoms, right? Especially on their Bitcoin pair. So first thing, what makes me think that Bitcoin has bottomed for now? Well, more and more indicators now finally showed that the bottom is in. And, back in June, we had a lot of indicators that didn't give us that signal yet. Now we actually do. Also, the FTX crash, that was a big event. It was probably one of the biggest events in crypto. It caused this leg down, right? So yeah, of course, it was a big leg down. It was a weekly candle of 25%. But then again, that was it. Even that could not bring Bitcoin lower than 15k. We are now, and that was from 21k. We are now sitting at 21.8 again. What needs to happen for Bitcoin to go to, let's say, 12k, the bearish target that a lot of people have in mind? You need to have a Binance fall indeed. But too many people are now speculating about that. And people always say Binance will go down, BNB will go down, BUSD will go down. BUSD still has its back right here. BNB is, well, if not it's at least one of the strongest coins. All kind of coins go down, but BNB is not the one that's going down really right here. If you look where it came from, BNB from its really all-time high, it's now sitting 57%, down. Well, we could not say that for everything. In fact, if we look at Bitcoin where it's sitting right now, it's 68. So you were better, off when you had BNB instead of even the safest asset, Bitcoin, right? So I don't think that's going to happen. So I wonder what it takes for Bitcoin to go down. Also, if we look at this chart right here, this is quite interesting. This is the supply in profit and loss. And if we put a moving average over it, you can see it a little bit better, right? We always have the supply in profit and loss, the orange and the red line, crossing once or multiple times around the bottom. The blue line is the Bitcoin line, the Bitcoin price, right? Around the bottom in every single bear market so far, right? We at the bottom, the lines crossed, right? Now, the lines crossed here as well, right? Obviously crossed right here. Is that around the bottom? Could be. But what I also notice is that the supply and profit and loss are now far from each other, far from each other. What happened all the times that happened? If we look right here, the first, bear bull market, we had Bitcoin bottom around its cross. Then the moving averages left each other. And when was that? At the beginning of a new bull run, right? And I can give you any example right here. Finally, far from each other, beginning of the new bull run. Here as well, every single one of them. Here, they got far from each other, beginning of the next bull run. I'm not saying, like here as well, by the way, I'm not saying that it will happen because it happened so far every single time, but then the odds are pretty much with you. Right, so it's something to keep in consideration at least. Now, also, if we take at the total crypto market cap and trend line, which is quite interesting, we are at the bottom right here as well at this green line. Don't say, I'm not saying it can't go lower or we cannot touch the line, but the funny thing is we can even go sideways and get closer to the lower band, right? Because this band is moving upwards right here, but we are really under the fair value a lot. The fair value for the total crypto market right now is $2 trillion. We're sitting at 1, right? So we are 50% undervalued right now. Or, undervalued, under the fair value. In other bear markets as well, we went there and we stayed there for a long time. But meanwhile, once we got really to the lower side of it, the market cap was like 4 billion. Once we really left it, we were still under the fair value that much, but there it was already 20 billion. So the total crypto market cap did already a 4x, right? And in every cycle as well, in every bull market, we got to, or at least close to the top of it. First bull market, we got to the top. Second bull market, we got almost to the top. Third bull market, we got to the top. Last bull market, we did not get to the top, but we at least got way above the fair value again, right? So that could suggest that at the end of 2025, if we, let me take a look at this. So that's here. The end of 2025, if we go with the fair value, that's 6 trillion, right? We always so far go way above that. But that's a 6x on the crypto market in general, right? But if we get to the upper band, which so far 3 out of the 4 times happened, 3 out of the 4 times, that would take us to 45 trillion. So that's 45 times as high. Right, that's quite a lot. So that's quite interesting, what I thought. So these are a couple of things to keep in consideration, of course. But now I would like to show you what my tactic is to make the most money with it as well, of course. Right. So what I notice is also that when Bitcoin bottoms, and I told this in way more videos before, Bitcoin bottomed in the last bull run, bear market, for example, here, the 10th of December, 2018, right? 10th of December, 2018. Now, if you go look at altcoins, for example, let me take you to Cardano, for example, the 10th of December, 2018. I have to take a chart that goes a little further back right here. 10th of December, 2018. All right, it was here, 10th of December. That was, sorry for the looking up, was here. 10th of December 2018. So that was the bottom for Cardano, right? Although Cardano made a new bottom like a quarter year later, right? And quite of a big difference, right? Because if you look at the difference, we went down another 40%. But also, if you look, and this is my point mostly, when you look at Cardano Bitcoin, right? 10th of December 2018 was here. So here's where you thought like, okay, I'm gonna buy altcoins right now because the crypto market looked like it bottomed, right? Then it's a bad surprise for you, because later, and not much later, we went down another 50%, and we stayed there from August 2019 till, well, we basically really got up in May 2020, so that's almost a year, you know, around its actual bottom. So and this happens with a lot of altcoins. I can give you way more examples. So far, it turns out that if Bitcoin found its bottom, altcoins can still bleed against Bitcoin. So what you can better do is, if you manage to somehow time the bottom for Bitcoin, buy Bitcoin in that area, wait with your altcoins, and when they bottom, buy these altcoins. But don't buy altcoins before Bitcoin, basically, because Bitcoin is the leading asset and it always runs up before altcoins do, right? Let me take a look at the total 3. The total 3 really went parabolic February 2021. Bitcoin really went parabolic in, October, November 2020, right? So also Bitcoin is leading right here. So therefore, my tactic is buy Bitcoin, right? And later buy altcoins with my Bitcoin, right? On Binance, wherever you have all your altcoins in Bitcoin pairs as well. That's also, and you can also just sell your Bitcoin for dollars and then buy, altcoins with these dollars. A good way to look at this is by checking out the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance is just showing how much dominance is sitting in Bitcoin, how much percent of the money is sitting in Bitcoin of the market cap, which is now sitting at 43.7, give or take. And that's quite low. That's quite low, right? If you look at this, where we are right now, my trading view is fucking it up. Oh, yeah. If you look at where we are right now, I mean, I'm not saying we go back around 70% again, because back here we didn't have that much altcoins as we have right now. We did not have all these NFTs, that VC money, so many developers, so many good chains, right? So I don't think we're going there, but at least going to the top side of this range is definitely doable, right? And if we go to the top side of this range, it's a big difference. It's a really big difference, right? You know what happened here? We went down on the dominance 20% from June to September, give or take, last year. That was really an altcoin season. That was an altcoin season. Not even a big one. If you want to know a big altcoin, this was an altcoin season. But this was an altcoin relief rally during the bear market, right? But why should you buy altcoins right now if this is the way, right? Because what makes you think that it goes down more? Benjamin Cohen pointed that out. Like, there's all this VC money and everything, and it still wasn't able to bring the Bitcoin dominance down even more. So why would it right now? It makes no sense, right? So keep this chart in mind. I will, whenever Bitcoin is dipping, whenever I feel it's a good time to buy, dollar cost anywhere from this area, basically 21,000 until 18, 19,000. And even if it gets lower, I'm gonna buy Bitcoin. When the dominance goes down even more, I'm gonna wait. When the dominance goes up, I'm gonna convert my Bitcoin into altcoins, right? And I'm dollar costing that way as well, because what if it goes up here, right? Also possible. Then I can, convert even more Bitcoin into altcoins. The nice thing about that is as well, you don't have the FOMO, right? We're the Fomo Factory for a reason. We want to create good FOMO, right? But you don't have that bad FOMO of missing out on your altcoins because you are already in Bitcoin. So if we get a big ass market run, then you are not sitting in dollars. You at least make money on your Bitcoin, right? And later you can always buy altcoins again when it dips, right? So that's always possible. Also, here on this website, you could check out the dominance without stable coins, because this is dominance with stable coins, right? So BUSD, USDT, USDC, everything is included in this chart. Well, in this chart right here, it is not, right? So include stable coins? No. Let me pull up the dominance. Here we go. So what is the dominance doing? The dominance is building a solid ground right here, right? And basically from this moment, from May 2021, the dominance is slowly going up. So although altcoins seem like they run, and they could explode like we just saw with AI projects, great. But overall, Bitcoin is still the winner since May 2021. And if you really want to be a bitch about it, then you can say that Bitcoin is the winner since January 2018, right? Because the dominance still is going up, right? It's still higher right now than what it was back then, since January 2018. And if you take a look back at, January 2018, it's very understandable as well, because there, let me take a look for you what the price of Bitcoin was by then. Here we go. So in January 2018, the price of Bitcoin depends on when you look, right? You can say it was 13,000, you can say it was 6,000. But let's go in the middle. Let's say 10K, right? You rode the wave at least easy and safe 7x. 7x. While a lot of altcoins have wrecked you. You right there. You got wrecked, probably. If you didn't get wrecked, tell me how. But a lot of people get wrecked on altcoins, of course, right? Because altcoins are very speculative. Also because, I feel like if the SEC can even say that BUSD is an unregistered security, then I feel like which altcoins are actually safe. Let's wait a little bit, be patient. If you, be in dollars. And if you really feel like you want to be in the market, okay, cool, be in Bitcoin, right? And I'm not going to lie, I have a lot of altcoins that I check out and a lot of altcoins on my watch list. But for now, I'm not going too heavy on it because it's just that Bitcoin, people underestimate how big these profits are. I made a video showing the average returns for Bitcoin in every cycle. And on average, it's a 70x, right? 70x. Not 10x, not 70x, right? So everybody saying that Bitcoin doesn't have good returns, it's bullshit. Then you just buy and sell at the wrong point. Because so far, this is giving you great opportunities. And it's the safest crypto by far you can buy, right? Ethereum comes second and the rest is all speculative, basically, right? So that's really something you want to take a look at. Plus, a little shorter time frame talk. Altcoins just don't look so good. If you look at the total, Bitcoin, now let me put it like this. The total market, right? So everything broke out. We had a downtrend right here, broke out. Now it looks like it's going to retest, but it broke out very big time, right? Since the moment it broke out, it had a run of 11%. Total 2, everything except Bitcoin, broke out from the moment it broke out. 7%. So you see that if you take Bitcoin away, the profits are already less, right? So this is everything but Bitcoin, right? And if you now look at everything but Bitcoin and Ethereum, because like I said, Ethereum comes second, then you'll see this. It didn't even break out, right? It didn't even break out. It had a fake out for like 2 weeks of 3% and went right back in it. And the danger is right now that we are back in this range. And this range, what is this range doing? We have a low, we have a high, we have a lower high, we have a lower low, we have another lower high. So what happens now? Is it weird to think that we could have a lower low again? Well, so far, that's kind of what plays out right here. So let's say that, the trend is your friend so far, and we make a lower low, right? Let's say somewhere, coming year, coming quarter or whatever. It's 25% down on the total 3. The sad thing is this also includes stables. So I calculated like every percent move on the total 3 is 1.5% on altcoins in general, right? So if we go 20% down right here, that's 30% down on average on altcoins. And if it goes 25% down, then we could go way more down. So it could definitely be that some altcoins are now in for a 40% drop. Plus, it's making a lot of sense as well because some altcoins had a very big run recently, right? If you look, for example, at, Gala, right? Look what Gala did. Gala went up 300%. Is it so weird to think that it could go down another 40% or 40% from here? That's not weird. Takes it right here. Happens to be on this trend line, but it's a very understandable path right here. But people mostly like to ape in altcoins when the prices are high. I have this in my Telegram group as well. I see people when I go live stream and they tell me like, check this out, this thing is running right now. And it's up like 300%. And I feel like, okay, cool. But why is this interesting right now? It already ran, right? What's there to gain right now, right? You don't buy, please guys, you don't buy a big fat green pump. People bought Gala right here. They first totally rode the wave down maybe, right? They saw this move, they FOMO'd right here on the top, and now they notice that they are already down 32%. That's how people get wrecked. That's how money goes from the stupid or the new people, to put it like that, sorry, very cruel, to the people with some more experience, right? The people with more experience, they know, you know, be a little patient, be a little patient, be a little patient. You will get a better price. And the ones that will, you know, even if you missed out, it doesn't matter if you missed out. I missed out on Gala, but why don't I give a shit? And why didn't I buy it? Because now I know that even if Gala goes down that bad and it feels like it's all over, you have some kind of confirmation like, nah, it's not. Look what it can do. It can still make a 4x easy, right? So that's one. And two, I feel like, okay, cool. Then I'm gonna wait for it to go down again. No rush. Why would I buy right now? Why would I buy right now? Because the downside of going back to where it was is 63%. And even if we go up to where it just came, it's 45%. That's not a good risk reward ratio for me. I'm not, you know, if I throw $100 in, then yeah, I can maybe have $140, but I can also have $40. Right? That's not worth it for me. I'd rather buy it right here, that if I throw $100 in, that there is not a lot of downside because it's already the low, and that I can actually make $400, right? If we take this range and this range. Not talking about all-time highs for now, right? So please be a little careful when it comes to altcoins. Also, people feel like, okay, same for Illuvium, for example, right? People felt like, shit, fuck this project, it's not gonna work, tokenomics suck, this and that. Then it ran completely. And even if you felt like, okay, I didn't FOMO right here, but now it's looking like it's cooling off, you are still buying 100% pump. 100% pump. Who says that this project will never get lower than this? And even if it does, then don't get attached to a certain project, because then you might just feel like, okay, whatever, forget about this one. There are 10,000 of other projects, or wait until it gets low again. But, you know, check out the risk reward ratio for yourself. Unless, of course, you are not in for a quick trade or whatever, but you really believe in an altcoin and you feel like, I just want to accumulate when the prices are looking around the level where I want to buy for the long run. For example, that's what I'm doing with Seedify. I have a lot of Seedify tokens and I want to have a lot more. If it goes up, it feels good because I'm making profits. If it goes down, you know, then I have temporary losses, of course, so that doesn't feel good. But I know that I'm dollar costing. Therefore, a dollar cost approach is also healthy, because I feel like, okay, it doesn't matter. I didn't went all in, right? So if it gets lower, nice, I can buy for a cheaper price because I'm buying for the long run. And if I expect that the price will go around, I don't know, here again, for example, right? Then I feel like, okay, I can go all in right now with the risk of the crypto market going to shit and I lose 50% of my money, right? But if I just dollar cost in around this area, it's okay, right? And also, if I go all in right now, then the upside is 1,500%. That's great. But if I also buy right here, for example, if it ever gets, I don't know, right? If I also buy right there, then the upside is already 4,400%. So this area right here makes a big difference, guys. And therefore you dollar cost, because then you have the average of something like that, right? So then it couldn't get that low anymore. But if it goes up, you still make a big gain, right? So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. I am currently in, I don't know, like 25-30% cash, give or take. I think I should have more. I want to be in 50% cash, but I don't want to sell any altcoins right now, because, you know, if you look at it like this, like Okay, this is the market, right? Just see the 5, but a lot of charts look like this. Am I going to sell my altcoins right here? I'm not a stupid. Why? No, right? So find a way to make more money. Get a job, right? Do something. Learn stuff. Go get a job in crypto. I don't know. Don't scam people though, but do something. Make more money, right? Be like half in crypto, half in dollars. Then it doesn't matter what happens. Then you can sleep well at night. I know that for a fact I was like that as well. I want to make as much money as possible, as quick as possible. Therefore, I go all in. And then what happens? There are a million reasons why you should not go all in. If you go all in and the price goes down a little bit, you already feel like fucked up. If the price goes down a lot, you really feel fucked up and you're going to make stupid decisions. You are going to sell it at the low and then you see it going up again. You're going to FOMO back in. Then you're trading against yourself and losing your money. And that's how I got wrecked in the last bear market, in the 2018 bear market. So please be a little careful when it comes to that. So that's all I wanted to say. So my strategy is slowly dollar costing into Bitcoin and some of my favorite altcoins, of course, but mostly Bitcoin, where I'm dollar costing into right now. When the Bitcoin dominance is sitting at around 50%, I'm gonna allocate, I think, around half of my Bitcoin to altcoins, which I'm still just slowly researching right now, making a watch list, finding the best projects, learning. We have time. Time is not unlimited, but we still have time, right? It's running out eventually, but not for now. And then I can buy these altcoins when it gets higher. I'm gonna buy more altcoins. And then when the market really starts to run and the Bitcoin dominance goes down again, which means an altcoin season, we can take insane ass profits. And which altcoins I'm exactly going to buy, I would say subscribe to the channel, because I talk about that quite a lot, but I will make a new list very, very, very soon for you guys, so you can see exactly what I'm interested in, if that's something that you are interested in. For now, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done already, turn on the bell notifications, please like the video to push it into YouTube's algorithm, and I'll see you guys very soon. Stay safe in this market. See you tomorrow.